Quick little introduction to help you get the most out of the PHYS2320 videos if you're a University of Leeds student. So on the Minerva module for Computing 2, you'll find the videos are all in the video tutorials subfolder, and within that they're organised by the theme of the video tutorial. So over this coming year I'm going to be replacing some of these videos with new versions which are based around using a Jupyter notebook to go and explain how everything works. So the new style videos you'll see, you'll be able to tell which one they are because they have the blue bar on the top for Computing 2, whereas the older videos will have a green University of Leeds PowerPoint slide background as their kind of opening slide. So with these new style of videos, as well as the actual video, which you can go and watch, which is basically a set of slides showing how to do various bits of Python programming, they come with a couple of other files as well. So here, for this example, in the syntax unit 1, you'll see there's a PDF version as well, and then there's this .ipynb file. So the ipynb file is a Jupyter notebook file, and I'm going to give you a little demonstration of what that is and how you might be able to use it. So when we're doing scientific programming in quite a few packages, so things like Mathematica or MATLAB, but now Jupyter as well, and Python, they provide this notebook interface, which is basically an ability to mix up bits of code and then bits of explanation of what's going on with the code. It's a way of sort of doing maths, computational maths as you go through the system. So if you've installed Anaconda Python or one of the other big Python distributions, you've probably managed to install Jupyter notebooks without really being conscious of it. So if first of all you download the .ipynb file from the Minerva module, so it'll just go and download, it should just save it as a file. If it tries displaying it or anything else like that, just do a right click and then save link as, so you actually save it as a file to your downloads folder. So then this is on a Windows 10 machine, like the clusters use. If you go to the start menu and you search for Jupyter notebooks, I've actually got several versions for different versions of Python's installed, but you'll probably just have the one. Click on Jupyter Notebook, pops a window up, and then it opens a page in your web browser. So from here what you want to do is you want to navigate to the Downloads folder, or wherever you save the .ipynb file, and then you click on that here. And it'll open a new tab which will look something like this. So what's actually going on here is you've actually started Python running in the background of your computer, and then you're talking to it via this web browser based system. So this is the notes. If you've watched the Syntax 1 video, this is where it's been generated from, and the great thing with this is you can actually run the code that's in this notebook. So it's organised in cells. You can see here the top cell's highlighted in blue, and to run that cell, all I do is I hit Shift and return, and it moves to the next cell. And because there's a text cell, it's not really doing very much. We go through, and though here we come to a code cell, and you can see it's a code cell because it's got the in1 prompt like you get at the Python console. So when I run that, it actually executes the code, and you can carry on running through the notebook like that. You can in fact go backwards and forwards, so I can go and rerun a cell that I've run before, and that will work. You do have to be slightly careful that if you run the code at the start, having run code further down, then of course it's going to remember. It's like you've typed into the console the sequence of commands in the order you've typed them, you're running the cells, and so it may be in a different order from the one that's being displayed on the screen. If you've run lines 2 and 3 and 4 and then go back again, then you'll see that rather than this being in 1, it now says in 3, because it's in fact going to be the third line I've run in this sequence. And so it turns to 4, and then carries on. So the numbers will tell you what order you've run the code in, but of course that might not be with the smallest numbers at the top and the biggest numbers at the bottom. If it gets really confused and you're not quite sure what's going on, then all you do is just go to the kernel menu here. You can do restart or restart and clear output. Say yes, okay, I want to clear everything up, and now you see I've gone back to the start and it's renumbered, it's taken the numbers away because these code cells haven't been run yet. So again, you can just click through and run each line. If you're following through the lectures and you want to have a shot at trying something out for yourself, you can either edit what's in the cell, or alternatively, equally easily, you can just do insert cell below and try out your own version, and run that, and it will run. So you're actually able to interact with Python as you go along and try out and follow the examples. And it's always going to be saving you. You don't have to do anything particular to go and save the notebook. It'll keep track and save things as you go along. You can also then save as, and you can also download as various different formats, including a PDF, if you want. Saving as a PDF may require you to also have LaTeX installed, which until you've been through the second year lab you may well not have, but you can save it as HTML pages and so on as well as exporting what you've got in your notebook as a simple Python script. For the work during semester 1, it should be perfectly possible to go and do most of it in a Jupyter notebook if that's what you prefer to do. Probably when you get to the work that's being involved for semester 2 for the coursework, because you're writing quite a bigger extended program, it will be easier if you use a fully fledged Python development environment like Spider. So it's really up to you whether you prefer to work in Spider in semester 1 or you just want to stick around and mess with things in the Jupyter notebooks. It'll work either way, depending what feels most natural to you. But I would suggest that you spend some time refamiliarizing yourselves with Spider, because you will almost certainly be wanting to use that or a similar full Python development environment for the coursework in semester 2.